Good evening and welcome to State of Business on Now Television. I'm Chamut Fernando. Let's have a look at the headlines. The lost glory will be brought back to Kotte. Government initiates another tourist attraction project. Expected global economic growth goes up. IMF changes the numbers. Now the news in detail. Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya unveiled a bold new vision including the new Kingdom of Kotte Tourism Trail and the formation of the Kotte Green Tourism Network. This initiative was launched as the Kingdom of Kotte Tourism Initiative at Waters Edge, Batharamulla recently.
The Prime Minister highlighted Kotte's unique status not only as a capital with deep historical roots but also as the world's first wetland capital rich in biodiversity and home to rare urban ecosystems. The project, supported by the Western Province Tourism Board and spearheaded by State Minister Chaturanga Abesinghe, aims to turn Kotte into a cultural and ecological attraction.
A really significant initiative for many reasons that marks the beginning of a new chapter for Sri Lanka. The project is more than just a tourism trail. It is a journey through history, nature, and heritage. It is an opportunity to reintroduce our capital city not only as the administrative heart of Sri Lanka, but also as a place of remarkable historical depth, cultural richness, and ecological value.
On the sideline of the event, the book Whispers of Water's Edge was officially handed over to the Prime Minister by co-author Ishanda Seniviratna. The book is written in parallel to the Kingdom of Kotte project, which includes the natural beauty, tourism attraction in the region, aiming to promote sustainable tourism.
Kingdom of Kotte සංචාරක ප්‍රවර්ධන වැඩසටහනට සමගාමීව වොඩසෙජ් ආයතනය විසින් මේ කෝට්ටේ පුරවරයේ තියෙන සංචාරක ආකර්ෂණය ඒ වගේම පරිසරයේ තියෙන සුන්දරත්වය ඒ වගේම අපි තිරසාර සංචාරක ව්‍යාපාරයේ කොයි ආකාරයෙන්ද ප්‍රවර්ධනය කළ යුත්තේ ඒ කියන කාරණා ඇතුළත් කරලා ග්‍රන්ථයක් අපි සකස් කරා මේ ග්‍රන්ථය අද දොරට වැදීම සිද්ධ කරේ Kingdom of Kotte සංචාරක ප්‍රවර්ධන වැඩසටහන අනුබද්ධවයි.
The government has introduced a new digital option for paying spot traffic fines through the GovPay online platform. The move aims to improve transparency, reduce delays and streamline public service delivery. The service was launched recently in Colombo.
The initiative, implemented jointly by the Information and Communication Technology Agency, the Police, the Motor Traffic Department, allows motorists to pay fines online without visiting police stations or banks. Users can access govpay.lk to make payments using NIC and fine numbers. The pilot phase covers the Western Province and the Southern Expressway and will expand island-wide.
සාමාන්‍ය මට්ටමේ මාර්ග වර්ධිකරණ රියදුරන් අදාළව එම ස්ථානයේදීම තමන්ගේ දඩය ගෙවලා යන්න අවශ්‍ය කරන ඒ තාක්ෂණික පහසුකම් ලබා දීමේ වැඩසටහන එකක් විදියට එනවා අද දිනේදී බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා බස්නාහිර පළාතේ රථවාහන පොලිසියේ පොලිස් නිලධාරි මහතුරු දහසකට දුරකථන ලබා දෙන්න. එතකොට පුළුවන්කම ලැබෙනවා ලංකාවේ බස්නාහිර පළාත තුල මාර්ග වැරද්දක් කළොත් ඒ වැරද්දේ ප්‍රමාණයට අනුව ඒ වගේම අධිවේගී මාර්ගات ඇතුළත් වෙනවා. අධිවේගී මාර්ග සහ බස්නාහිර පළාත තුල කරන වැරදි වලට එවෙලෙම දඩය ගෙවලා ජංගම දුරකථන මාර්ගයෙන් අපේ රටේ රියදුරු මහතුරුන්ට පුළුවන් තමන්ගේ දඩය ගෙවන්න.
The International Monetary Fund has raised its 2025 economic growth forecast for emerging and developing economies to 4.1% up from its earlier estimate of 3.7%. The biggest driver of this prediction is a stronger than expected performance from China and easing trade tensions, according to a report by Reuters recently.
China saw the largest upgrade with projected growth now at 4.8%, significantly higher than April's 4.0% forecast. The IMF attributes the revision to stronger activity in the first half of the year and a major reduction in US-China tariffs. The updated forecast assumes a lower US effective tariff rate 17.3% compared to the 24.4% used previously. Still, the IMF warns that global trade landscape remains fragile, with the baseline forecasts depend on current tariff poses holding, and those are far from guaranteed. Beijing faces an August 12 deadline to finalize a lasting tariff agreement with Washington after reaching only preliminary deals earlier this year. Meanwhile, many nations are bracing for a new round of tariffs set to kick in later this week. Elsewhere, Russia and South Korea were the only major economies to receive downgrades. Russia's 2025 GDP outlook dropped from 1.5% to just 0.9%, while South Korea's was cut from 1.0% to 0.8%. Overall, the IMF's global GDP growth forecast now stands at 3.0% for 2025, with a slight bump to 3.1% in 2026, but still short of January projections.
Stay tuned, we will return after this commercial break. Welcome back. Over 173,000 tourists arrived in Sri Lanka during the first 27 days of July, which is a 3.5% increase compared to the same period last year. According to the latest data reported by the Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority recently.
Despite the July slowdown, year-to-date arrivals remain on a healthy trajectory. From January 1st to July 23rd, Sri Lanka welcomed over 1.31 million tourists, a 14.1% increase compared to the same period in 2024. India remains the top source market this month, contributing 19.1% of July's visitors, followed by the UK, Netherlands, China and France. Still, to hit the government's ambitious target of 3 million tourists in 2025, the country will need to attract nearly 1.7 million more visitors in just 5 months, averaging around 340,000 arrivals per month, a number far above the year's monthly peak of 252,000 in January.
A new professional training program was launched to equip government officers with the skill to support small enterprises. The initiative certifies them as relationship officers and lays the path to become business consultants. It was launched by the Ministry of Industry and Entrepreneurship Development, the Small Enterprise Development Division, and the Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. The event took place yesterday at the Sri Lanka Foundation Institute, Colombo.
මේ වසරේ ඇයි මේක සුවිශේෂී වෙන්නේ එහෙමනම් මේක අපි මොඩියුල් එකක් විදිහට වඩාත් ගැලපෙන විදිහට විශේෂයෙන්ම ස්මෝල් සහ මීඩියම් ස්කේල් කියන පිරිසට ගැලපෙන විදිහට අපි මේ වැඩසටහන පෙළගස්සලා තියෙනවා එයාලගේ ටයිම් එකට එයාලගේ අවශ්‍යතාවයට අපිත් එක්ක ජොයින් වෙලා මේ ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එකට එන්න පුළුවන් වෙන විදිහට මෙතෙන්දි මූලිකවම වෙන්නේ දැනට සංවර්ධන නිලධාරීන් විදිහට ඔබලා කරන කාර්යභාරය රිලේෂන්ෂිප් ඔෆිසර් විදිහට ඔබලාගේ කාර්යභාරය වෙනස් වීමක් සිද්ධ වෙන්නේ. මොකද මෙච්චර කල් ඔයාලා ගොඩාක් කරේ ලයිව්ලිහුඩ් පැත්ත සංවර්ධනය සඳහා දායක වෙච්ච එක. ඒක හොඳයි. දැන් ලයිව්ලිහුඩ් මට්ටමේ යම්කිසි තැනකට ගෙනාපු ව්‍යවසායකයන් විශාල පිරිසක් ඉන්නවා. ස්මෝල් සහ මීඩියම් ස්කේල් වලට යන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙමනම් අර බිම් මට්ටමේ ඔබ මෙතෙක් දුන්නු සහායට වඩා වැඩි සහායක් මේ කියන ස්මෝල් සහ මීඩියම් කැටගරි එකට ඔබලා අතින් සිදුවිය යුතුයි.
A high-level discussion was held between Secretary to the President, Dr. Nandika Sanat Kumar Nayaka, and a delegation from Japan's Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry to strengthen bilateral investment ties. The meeting focused on new trade and industrial collaborations, took place at the Presidential Secretariat recently.
The Japanese delegation is on a mission to assess Sri Lanka's potential as a strategic destination for future investments, with a special focus on emerging sectors such as technology, infrastructure and manufacturing. Both parties discussed expanding trade relations and creating a conducive environment for long-term economic cooperation. The delegation will continue meetings with public and private sector stakeholders in the coming days to identify key projects and initiatives that could drive mutual growth. The discussions also highlighted the importance of strengthening economic diplomacy and enhancing Sri Lanka's position as a gateway for Japanese investments in the region.
Stay tuned for the stock update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on mixed notes today. The all-share price index gained by 33.95 to close at 19,566.15. The S&P SL 20 dropped by 0.78 to close at 5,751.68. The turnover was over 5.2 billion rupees and over 180 million shares were traded. Up next are Forex rates. That's all our news for today. For this and more, subscribe our channel on YouTube, follow us on Facebook. Take care and good night.